who is this guy? Yes, this guy. This isn't mine. I don't know. Sorry about that. This guy. Who is this? Well, picture a massive buff red dude with a cube-shaped head and a pyramid hat. And those eyes? He's got 4 round yellow ones with green pupils. Don't forget his gnarly purple forked tongue and those orange-yellow talons on his fingers and toes. Pretty crazy, right? So the first time but actually before that, please subscribe. It really helps. Alright, let's get back to it. So the first time that we actually get a glimpse of this guy is in the episode of Paxw. I looked up how to say that. It's actually in the episode. Didn't even know that, but yeah, Paxw. And Finn just bumps into him after croaking from the pillow work. No biggie, right? But trust me, this name drop is just the start of Golb's epic role later on in the series. Alright, so this dude's got some pretty gnarly powers up his sleeve. Like he can zip through dimensions and whip up portals like it's no big deal. And turning living beings into monsters or mashing them up with other creatures? Yup, he's got that covered too, just by huffing and puffing on. Now if you think that's crazy, he can also make people or stuff vanish from existence just by gobbling them up. And if you thought you could hurt this guy with some powerful attacks or magic, well think again. He can take them all without even breaking a sweat, except for music, which we will touch on later, so stick around. Golb is this nearly unbreakable being that can break folks down to their basic forms, basically wiping them out of existence. That little shout out to Golb and Paxw is like an early how do you do to this wickedly cool character who ends up being super important in the Adventure Time world. That's just the beginning of Golb's story in Adventure Time. There is so much more lore and mystique to this character. Like, what's his purpose in the Adventure Time universe? I hear you loud and clear. Trust me, wait till the end and all of your questions will be answered. However, to really better understand Golb, let's take it back, way back, to when the Adventure Time universe was just a crazy mishmash of monsters like Orglorg and Kokon Tepi. These gnarly guys finally agreed on what reality should look like, and boom, the multiverse was born. Now, according to the Enchiridion, the multiverse isn't really about the physical stuff. It's actually more about how everybody's consciousness shapes it. That means all the thinking, feeling beings in the multiverse kind of keep it alive just by living their lives. But as far as the real nitty-gritty of the multiverse's beginnings and what it's really all about, well, that's still a big old mystery. Pretty much all we've got to go on is what the Lich saw way back when he took a peek into the past. So these ancient monsters cooked up a wild multiverse, right? It's got a crazy huge, maybe even infinite number of dimensions, each with its own universe. We're talking about places like the Earth dimension, where we see Ooo, the astral plane, the crystal dimension, lumpy space, the nightosphere, the citadel, and a whole bunch more. Now, smack dab in the middle of this multiverse party is the Time Room, a dimension that's chilling outside of time and where our all-powerful buddy Prismo lives. It's the hub. It's like the main point of the entire universe, I think. And that's how the universe works, right? Where Golb resides. Now let's start to take a closer look at what Golb is and how we see him portrayed in the Adventure Time series. Now Golb's seen as a pretty much all-powerful chaos and destruction machine by the characters. This idea is pumped up even more since Golb's been around since before the multiverse got its act together, or at least what we know of. The character's grasp on Golb's power and impact really shows how immense the cosmic entity lineup is for the series. For the folks living it up in the Land of Ooo, Golb's like a danger they just can't beat, making them face their own limits when they're up against this colossal force. And Golb ain't just showing up in the series by making face-to-face appearances. This big bad's also talked about and hinted at by all sorts of characters. In the episode You Forgot Your Floaties, Golb gets name dropped when we learn about Magic Man's super sad past. Magic Man's better half, Marigol's, got snatched by Golb, and now he's got a heart full of hurt and a mission to get her back. Golb gets another shout out in Whispers, where the Lich, a really old school baddie, throws in a quick mention of our chaos causing friend. The Lich talking about Golb just goes to show how seriously powerful Golb is. The fact that one of the series' toughest bad guys is giving Golb props really tells you a thing or two about where Golb stands, or at least what we think. More on that later. Pretty much all those times Golb pops up and gets name dropped in Adventure Time really just help to hype up the big face-off that goes down in the series finale Come Along With Me. They help paint Golb as a real mysterious and crazy powerful character, although we don't know his motives yet, as our heroes try to wrap their heads around Golb and all the chaos it's got going on. Their epic quest to save the Land of Ooo from this ancient baddie turns into a major part of the series storyline, probably the most major part of the series as a whole. Now let's get into this crazy series finale Come Along With Me. Golb crashes the party as the major troublemaker for the Land of Ooo. In this episode, we see different groups from Ooo, like Princess Bubblegum's crew and Gumball's gang, putting their beefs on hold to deal with this cosmic powerhouse. Golb's off-the-chart destructive skills and love for chaos really test our heroes superheroes, making them dig deep and rely on their smarts, quick thinking, and some solid teamwork to tackle a challenge that seems almost too big to handle. So how does Golb get quote-unquote defeated? Well, you remember when I said music was going to play a big part down the line? Well, here it is. Right in the thick of it, BMO, the adorable walking, talking video game console, plays a super important part in chipping away at Golb's defenses. By belting out a touching tune, BMO manages to tap into the magical vibes of their pals and partners, whipping up a harmony that jives with Golb and messes with its chaos-loving mojo. Although technically it doesn't really faze him, it still makes a hole in him, just enough for Finn and Simon to escape. So you gotta wonder, what if it was just really loud? Would Golb just cease to disappear? Whatever, I'm getting ahead of myself. But like I said, Finn and Simon escape. Betty sacrifices herself inside of Golb with the wishing crown, but Betty doesn't manage to turn Simon back into his old self. However, her actions do wind up being the key to Golb's downfall. She ends up merging with the cosmic bigwig and persuaded to hightail it out of the Land of Ooo, saving both Simon and the whole wide world in the process. Alright, it's the time you all have been waiting for. It's theory time. Now, you gotta hear me out, because this is pretty wild, maybe not. What if Golb is actually Prismo's boss that we keep hearing about? Or at the very least, he's like the top dog in the Adventure Time universe. He was there before the monsters were even created. But get this, I don't think he's all bad. I think that Golb might not be some evil dude after all. Instead, he's got this higher purpose, kind of like the Citadel's gig in keeping the multiverse all orderly and stuff. Picture Golb as a cosmic cop, erasing those who go around committing universal scale crimes from existence. That way, he's making sure everything stays balanced. Okay, we got some evidence to back this up. Let's start with the first one, and it's all about the episode Pahoy. In that one, Finn sort of bites the dust in the pillow world and makes his way back to the Land of Ooo. Now, maybe Finn ticked off the universe by being in two places at once, because although Finn says that it was a dream, we never actually see him fall asleep. He just crawls into the pillow fort and all of a sudden, he's in the pillow world. Then that's where Golb comes in, ready to wipe him from existence. But get this, it seems like Golb doesn't exactly nail it. He's left scratching his head when Finn bounces off his tongue and zips back to his own world. Honestly, when he turns around to see Finn leaving, he looks pretty confused, but that little twist hints that maybe Golb's real job is fixing imbalances like this, not just running around causing chaos for the heck of it. Now when he does show up, sure, he does bring chaos and disorder, but I don't think it's random. Now I already know what you're saying. What about Margles? Didn't he just attack Mars and take her? Well, we're actually still in the dark about why Margles goes poof, but maybe she pulled off some cosmic shenanigans that made Golb step in. We do know that they went to Mount Olympus after being told not to, and maybe Mount Olympus was this weird cosmic summoning ground where they're not supposed to go. And when she pulled off these cosmic shenanigans, that made Golb step in. I mean, even Prismo, this mega powerful cosmic dude, can't wish her back. This kind of hints that maybe Golb's actions were super important for keeping everything all balanced and harmonious in the cosmos. Alright, now get ready. This is the juiciest piece of evidence that pops up in the series finale Come Along With Me. In this one, we know that Betty, with a little help from Maja and Kingman, summoned Golb to Ooo. Now, we don't actually see the process. We see kind of the process. She straps into Maja and does this weird hand movement, but we actually don't know what's going on. We do know that Betty needed a crazy amount of power and energy, like maybe enough to pull off some universal scale crime that needs Golb to jump in and fix things, and that's why Golb shows up. Maybe, who knows? But I believe that Golb showing up in Ooo isn't just random. It's all cause of what Betty's been up to. But here's the kicker. We know that Golb technically doesn't get taken down in the finale. Instead, he kind of fuses with Betty and then hits the road. But this twist actually backs up my theory, since all Betty really wants is to keep Simon safe, no matter the cost. And by merging with Golb and getting wiped from existence, Betty's making up for her cosmic oopsie. And Golb's exit? Well, that just lines up with this whole mission of fixing the universe's wonky imbalances. Betty committed a crazy cosmic crime with the power and energy of Maja, causing Golb to enter Ooo, and when Golb leaves Ooo, he takes Betty with him to make up for her cosmic crime. I just thought that made a little sense, but who knows. To sum it all up, this wild theory's got me thinking that maybe Golb isn't the big bad dude he's really painted as. He could be more like a cosmic superhero. Maybe superhero's going too far, but you know what I mean. Keeping the multiverse all nice and balanced. When you really dig into Golb's appearances in the show, it starts to look like his actions might have this bigger goal of keeping things orderly, even if that means zapping some characters out of existence, or bringing some chaos and disorder to the land that he shows up in. I don't know, I just thought that was cool, provided a little bit of backstory to Golb and what he stands for. But obviously there's probably a lot of things that I missed, so please leave them in the comments. If you've got your own theories, leave them in the comments too. I'll be reading all of them. Please make sure to subscribe and like the video, and as always, stay adventurous.